I was in the kitchen when my wife walked in and asked, "Did you eat the zucchini?" I looked up from the counter I was cleaning and said, "Yeah, I had it with dinner last night." Suddenly, all the color had drained from her cheeks and her hands were shaking. I joked, "What's wrong? You know there's more in the store?" She didn't laugh back. Her voice came out cold and flat. "I can't believe you would do this to me." As in, with the zucchini. Then she turned around and walked out of the room. I stood there completely frozen, trying to figure out what just happened. That night I couldn't stop thinking about it, and at 2 a.m. I thought I had finally figured it out. You see, my wife had been pregnant for 2 months, and I'd been working longer hours trying to save up before the baby came. So maybe she was upset because I hadn't been around enough. Maybe it wasn't about the zucchini. Maybe she just needed to feel like I still cared. So the next morning I stopped at the store before work and bought her favorite flowers. I even used a pink ribbon to make them look coquette, or whatever it's called. But when I handed them to her, she looked at them for half a second and walked away without saying a word. My heart sank, but I told myself I just needed to try harder. The next day I called out of work. I woke up early and made her breakfast in bed with rose petals scattered on the tray, like those Pinterest photos of getting breakfast in bed. I brought it to her with so much hope in my chest. She sat up and looked at the food, then looked at me. Her eyes were empty. She picked at the eggs with her fork and barely took a bite. "Do you like it?" She shrugged and then said quietly, "You shouldn't have eaten the zucchini." I felt like I was losing my mind. That evening I tried again. I drew her a bath and lit candles all around the bathroom. I even put on the Lana Del Rey music she always loved. But when I went to the bedroom to tell her, it was locked. I knocked gently. "Hey, I have a surprise for you in the bathroom." She didn't answer. I pressed my ear to the door, and that's when I heard it. She was crying into her pillow. My heart broke for what felt like the 100th time that week. I asked, "Is everything okay?" She responded, "Why did you have to eat the zucchini?" I stood there for a long time, feeling completely helpless. The days kept passing, and she kept pulling further away. She started sleeping on the very edge of the bed as far from me as possible. Every time I reached out to touch her, she would flinch like my hand burned her skin. I asked her over and over what was wrong. She kept saying the same thing, that she wasn't over the zucchini, that I should have known better. One night I was desperate. I couldn't take it anymore. There were gifts I'd gotten her that she refused to open sitting on the counter. We'd barely spoken a word to each other in days. We felt more like roommates than a married couple. I finally looked her in the eyes and begged her to tell me what I actually did wrong. Her face crumpled and she whispered, "You wouldn't understand. You'll hate me." Those words hit me like a truck. I wasn't angry anymore. I was terrified. What could possibly be so bad that she thought I would hate her? I spoke, "Whatever it is, we will figure it out together. Always." Suddenly her whole body started shaking. The tears came all at once. Last week, I was at work alone with my friend Theo, and I lost the baby. I had a miscarriage. I didn't know how to tell you. I was convinced you would leave me for not being able to give you a child, so I wanted to push you away before you could break up with me. So I pretended to be upset about the zucchini and wait for you to get so sick of me that you'd break up with me. She collapsed into my arms sobbing, and I ran my fingers through her hair.